Let's go, boys. I know you hear that sizzle. Last week we took a little meat locker break. There was just too many pick'ems from our purview for us to provide a high confidence meat locker, and we're only going to ever offer meat lock picks that we have 1000% conviction for. So we're hitting at about a 75% clip. So the meat locker has missed occasionally, but every time we give you boys our lock, it is one that we've done our due diligence on and just believe in all the way. So this week have another particular meat lock that just absolutely stood out for us. And it's funny because although we have 9 total meat lock losses, 9, aka Yan Xiaonan, is definitely going to keep that loss number right where it's at, and instead is going to get us that 25th tendy for the boys. We got Yan Xiaonan taking on the always tough Carla Esparza, aka Cookie Monster, and Cookie Monster was the first UFC strawweight champ in the division. She beat Rose for a belt in a fight that I feel like a lot of people just kind of forget about. But as soon as Cookie Monster had her first defense, she had to face a prime Joanna, and she was just absolutely dominated, brutally overwhelmed by Joanna's punches and pressure. And Joanna obviously ended up going on her run immediately after. So respect to Esparza though, because she has gone 7-3 since then. She's got 4 straight wins, and her wins aren't always the prettiest, but she does have a diverse skill set, an unending gas taking, beautiful wrestling game that she uses to eke out close decisions on the regular, right? But she's facing the fresh, up and coming prospect from China, Yan Xiaonan, who, wow, if you haven't seen Yan Xiaonan fight, she is just beyond talented and truly looks like the heir apparent to Weili Zhang and simply the next big thing from China in this 115 division. I mean, she hasn't lost since 2010. She's riding that crazy 11-fight win streak. She's undefeated in the UFC at 6-0, 6 wins, 6 dominant decisions, and they weren't against bums, right? They're against tough women. Angela Hill, Carolina, Claudia Gadelia, like no slouches within those 6. So it's a stiff test for sure, but why do you think 9 Xiaonan is simply just another tendy for the boys in this week's meatloaf?
Yeah, I think this is such a juicy little tender for the boys. Carla Esparza, great fight winning streak, but so is Yan. And I think Yan is just on that next level caliber fighter. I think she is on the level of Weili Zhang, possibly could be even better. Very excited to see how this fight goes because, as we know, Carla Esparza, she's no joke. I mean, the last 4 people she's beat are not bums; they're all killers. And I mean, we saw Marina just fight, and she beat her last fight, which is very impressive. Nonetheless, it was a split decision. Some even thought Marina won, which I do, but
Mm-hmm.
I think Carla's still there, so it's a very tough test. This is an absolute levels test for Yan because this has to be the hardest competition she's come across. But with that being said, I think Yan is just an absolute animal and better all around wherever it goes in this fight. So I think this is an absolute meat lock for those reasons.
Yeah, I see it the exact same way. And you mentioned that Carla Esparza versus Marina Rodriguez fight. That was a very close fight, right? You and I both scored that 1-4 Rodriguez. And it seems like the Cookie Monster is always just fighting in very close fights. So if this fight ends up being kind of close, I don't think that would be the most surprising thing in the world because Carla Esparza is very well rounded. But I'm with you 100% in the fact that Yan just is a little bit better everywhere, it seems. I feel like wherever this fight goes, Yan
Yeah.
Xiaonan is going to just have maybe a slight advantage in certain aspects, but a dominant advantage in other aspects for sure. And if we look over at Tapology, a lot of the community is pretty bullish on Yan Xiaonan as well, right? 81% going with 9, and a majority of it coming by decision, right? We look at Yan Xiaonan's wins, and they're all dominant decisions. So the over 2.5 is probably an okay play in this one. Not the juiciest odds, but should probably be pretty safe. And 19% going with Esparza. You got to really squint to see anything beyond the beige in that one. They all think Esparza will get a decision if she gets it done. But we're both rolling with Yan Xiaonan. We're going to be throwing down $100 at minus 160 Xiaonan odds. It's going to net 62.50, yield us our 25th meat lock, and just get these tendies just back on the grill for the boys. So any last thoughts on this absolute meat lock?
No, this is a juicy tendies, a little fillet on the side with some apple cider vinegar in the sauce. But thanks for grilling and chilling.
Take it to the grill and get the bill.